So welcome back everyone to my first video, probably the best part of a month. I am the Evesham Gamer, Martin Beard. You can find me also on Xbox Live, VC of the NFE. I hope you all had a wonderful Christmas and a fantastic New Year. Hopefully not a little bit like myself where I ended up breaking down near Leicester on the way to Norfolk from Evesham, amongst other things. In fact, 2 cars broke down over Christmas. And speaking of Christmas, it's January the 3rd at the moment, whilst I record this. And I've still got my Christmas hat and I've still got some tinsel going. Well, that's because it's not the 12th day of Christmas yet. So I'm carrying on, keeping the Christmas spirit alive just a little bit anyway. Most of the decks are all down now here. But seeing as I've not made a video over the Christmas period, here it is. This video will basically encompass all of the stuff I've collected in November, all the stuff I collected in December, and a few little bits in between, like some gifts and that sort of thing. I'm hoping that one of the gifts from a certain tuber, as in Game Zone Burberry, yes, you, James, I'm pretty sure it's in these sacks that I'm going to empty before you today. Not in that kind of dirty respect. I hope you're not thinking along those lines, obviously, because this is a sort of a PG channel where I can swear a little bit anyway. The first thing you probably notice is a little bit of a change in how I look, other than the silly hat. And that is, I've got myself some new nashers. The most expensive thing, probably the most amount of money I've spent in ages on one thing. And that just cost me over £2,000. So I need to keep these in as much as I can. They're more comfortable than the old ones, but still, anyway. Moving on. So, as you can see right there in front here, obviously it's a little bit covered because I'm putting stuff there, so I'll move that around as we go along. Picked myself up, I got a free copy of this, which is the 90s Retro Gaming Collection. This retails at $12.99. What a fucking rip-off. Fortunately, I didn't pay anything for it because a friend of mine works at Smith's. And apparently there was some of them that were being thrown out or something like that, so yeah, I got that for free. But you don't want to see that, do you? You want to see the real good fucking stuff. So I'm going to pick this all out at random, okay? So just so as you can see this on this camera, not this camera. Here's one sack. And here's the other sack. Okay? And they didn't come from Lidl. They just happened to be in Lidl bags. And what good bags they are. Anyway, first thing. There's no particular order here, so I'll just tell you exactly where I got it. If I can give you some prices at the time, I will as well. Now, the first thing was, now I've upgraded on this, and just to show you that I do have all of these, this first one is the Elgato, I'll just put it over that side, the Elgato HD60S Plus. Now, that was going on a deal, basically, just before Christmas for, I think it was 100 quid, I think it was. And I thought, why not? Let's just add it to the collection, shall we? Because I do record from multiple different systems and using different levels of quality, 480p, 720p, 1080p, and some of it in 4K. So that now goes with my Elgato Stream Deck. That goes with my HD60S. And Old Faithful, that always helps me out with really old systems, is the original Elgato Game Capture HD. I have to say I maybe should have got the new Elgato X, Game Capture X. But I'm quietly surprised with it. The only thing worth mentioning for the HD60S Plus is that it only uses, well, I say only, you can use OBS with it, but it only uses other than that, it uses its proprietary software, which is the Elgato 4K capture stuff. So, on to the other bits and pieces. There's actually a couple of non-gaming related things in here, but I think you'll like them nevertheless. So anyway, gaming related, I managed to find the last one of these in B&M, and I was quite pleased with that. And that's, that's the Jack's Pacific Sonic the Hedgehog SBO. Now, was he a chameleon? Yes, I believe he is. SBO the chameleon. Goes nicely with the other ones that I got, so I'm pleased with that. I keep having to move this around, you see. Maybe I should move the camera forward a bit. I'm a little bit too close to this. So, yes, there was that. Then I forget the month when these came out. So I then picked up. I got this at a really good price actually. It was only 15 quid. It was only like 3 days after it came out. God, I love Christmas, haven't you? And that is Goat Simulator 3. Really enjoyed that. Really enjoyed it. Still got a little bit more to do in it. And I have to say, a bit of a spoiler for you. There's a really good Star Wars reference in that. I'll let you look that up yourself, or Easter egg, as it were. Then I picked up this. Unfortunately, the disc was scratched. This was a CEX special. But because the disc was scratched and didn't work properly, they gave me a quite substantial discount on it. And it's not cheap at the moment. And it hasn't been for some time. And that is because it was limited people bought it. That is Deadpool on the Xbox One. There's quite a few bits of Xbox One, Xbox Series, but there's also quite a few other things as well. So just stay with me with this one. I'll be as quick as I can because I know you guys have got busy days and busy lives to get on with and you don't like watching long videos. Next one, really enjoyed this. I hope they put more content out for this because I have thoroughly enjoyed it. And that is Ghostbusters Spirits Unleashed. Absolutely fucking brilliant. A bit thin on the ground with content, but I got that for 20 quid. Do you know what I mean? So I'm not going to argue with that. You know, I think it started off at $34.99 and there's frequently deals out for it. The next one I got, I ordered this on Christmas Eve, okay? And so far, I'm absolutely loving it. And I'm highly recommending this one to anyone that can get... I think it's on Xbox One as well. And I'm not going to talk about PlayStation because I don't have anything more than the PlayStation 3. I have everything prior to that, so there's no point in me saying it. But most of these games are going to be on that system, the 4 and the 5. But this game is The Quarry. Thoroughly enjoying that. Just too many games for me to play, so I can't comment too much on it. However, it is basically an interactive horror movie. I bought the deluxe DLC for that as well, so I've got all the other extra content, which is great. Still working my way through it. So let's just stick those over there out of the way in the little corner. Next one, well, I'll actually give a shout out here to, and I still call him DJ Johnny Mac Gaming, but he uses the channel name Retro Gaming now. He's always picking up these really dirt cheap games. I mean, he'll pick up anything. That's my opinion from what I see. So I was out in Evesham, oh crikey, I think it was just after Christmas. I was getting myself a coffee. Bear with me a sec. And I found a selection of some original Xbox games. This one was 20p, and that is Shell Shock Nam 67. That's what I call a DJ Johnny Mac special. That definitely. Now these are two games I bought with a voucher that I got for Christmas from my father, and I've been meaning to get them for ages. So I got them again. I think it was about 10 quid for both of these, both brand new, but both now obviously unsealed because I'm going to play them. And that is the Surge 1 and 2. I don't really know much about them other than that I've seen some videos and I thought, well, you know what, just add it. Just to keep bolstering my Xbox One collection. And again, another set of games, another set, a double pack. Not a double pack, but there was 2 games released. That is Saw on the Xbox 360 and Saw 2 Flesh and Blood. This one was scratched. I don't like using the terminology CEX roulette because 9.9 times out of 10 I never have a problem with them. I just think it's other people. But on this occasion, it started up fine, but when I tried to load a save, which I couldn't believe, the last time I played Saw 2 was in 2011, it just didn't load the game. So I tried various things using isopropyl alcohol to clean it, that sort of thing. Nothing. So I knew that in Evesham they've got a disc cleaner. So I took it in there, they cleaned it, works fine, no problem. So yeah, Saw 1 and 2 on the Xbox 360. Next one was again. I was just wandering through CEX, and I don't think I've ever played it, and that was Naughty Bear on the Xbox 360. I've heard it's quite good. Can't tell you anything about it, but I'm going to be putting that one on today because I don't go back to work until Friday. So, couple of CDs for you, like I said. First one is KLF, The White Room. What an album that is! I mean, I love that, and I've always loved the KLF. You know, ever since they came back and did something with an ice cream van or something, or a police car, they blew it up or something like that not that long ago. Anyway, basically they'd said 20 years ago they were going to do something, and they did. And the next one was Pop Trop, fucking special edition. If you haven't heard of this album, I suggest you look it up because there is the best Ghostbusters remix you've ever heard on it. So it's Ghostbusters and Public Enemy. And also Axel F, Eminem, I believe it is. Was it Eminem? Yeah, I think it was. But let's look on the back of it. Anyway, check them out if you can. I think that's the last, although there are a couple more CDs actually. So this was one that was apparently going for about 30 quid. And that is the best dance album in the world ever, part 2. I managed to win that on eBay for 99p, so I was well happy with that. Someone that still listens to CDs, what the fuck's going on with wrong with this world? You know? So, I'm not quite sure what this is, but it was a little stocking filler. There's a little puzzle game, a little LCD game there. Let me put it up to close to the camera. It's not turned on at the moment, but you know, hey, it's something to do if I want to twiddle my thumbs whilst I'm having a cigarette break or something like that. Did a video on this before Christmas, probably because I sneakily did it, but actually got it for Christmas. And this is a great FPS on the original Xbox. And that is Tron 2 Killer App. Ah, mate, that and the graphics are absolutely amazing. Obviously, it's Tron, so, but yeah, definitely going to be getting into that one very, very soon. Now, this isn't technically one of my pickups. It was many years ago, but due to the recent passing of Pelé, the world's greatest ever footballer, I thought, I've got Pelé on the Mega Drive. So there it is. But why have I put it into this video? Well, because I don't have a booklet with it. So fortunately, I found a booklet on eBay for about, I think it was 2 or 3 quid. So I've got that, and then that makes that complete. Do I want to make a buck from it? No, because I haven't played it, but apparently it's quite good. I can only imagine it probably will go up in price due to Pelé's passing, as things, you know, memorabilia or anything related to a celebrity that's passed away generally does. Now, this next one, I was absolutely fucking chuffed to get this. It was on my wish list for ages on eBay, and I was told by my missus, don't buy anything off it because it's coming up to Christmas. Main reason for that being that I'd added her to it, and so if she bought something, it would disappear off that list, so I'd know what I'm getting. So I didn't look at it. This turned up. La Mulana Hidden Treasures Edition. Two of the hardest games you'll ever play, apparently, in platformers. The sound in these games, the music, is absolutely second to none. I am recommending you pick this up whilst you can. It seems to be, it's funny. It says it's a Hidden Treasures Edition. It is a hidden treasure. It's a hidden gem, a massive hidden gem. You get a CD soundtrack in there. You get a puzzle, a 100-piece puzzle as well, and both of the games. So and it's like a 2D platformer, and it's very unforgiving, very, very unforgiving. I have played a little bit. I haven't got very far on either of the two, but you know, I will persevere on it. But you know, all you got to do is look on Xbox achievements, or true achievements rather, and you'll see not very many people have got many achievements out of these because it's that damn hard. But absolutely chuffed to bits to have that one. So that's one sack emptied, okay? That feels better. Before we get into the second sack, I thought it might be worth mentioning. that, and I've probably forgotten because I said to someone if they can guess what something is, I'll give them a shout on my next video. So apologies, I'll have to go back to that and do it on the next video. I'm thinking about giving this away, which is the Oral History Games Master book. Now I got 2 copies of it. I didn't need a second one. It got, how I got 2, I don't know. I can't remember, but that's worth mentioning because I said I was going to do a mini review of that book and I haven't done it yet, but I will get around to doing it at some point. Anyway, next sack. This actually is bigger, so bear with me. So another one from a charity shop special. This was 50p, and that is Terminator 3 Rise of the Machines on the original Xbox. Followed by another original Xbox, Medal of Honor Rising Sun. That completes all of my consoles I've got. It's on GameCube, PS2, original Xbox. I've got it on PC actually as well. I think that's it actually. I think that was 50p, 20p as well. And so was this, another Medal of Honor game. Medal of Honor European Assault on the original Xbox. And then this was the CEX one, just passing by. Actually, I've had a bit of fun with this. It's actually I quite enjoyed it, or enjoyed what I've played for it so far. And that is Space Invaders Evolution. So, let's go. Whoa, wow. Okay. Next one. This one I saw on, I can't remember whose YouTube channel it was, but someone was recommended it because someone else had recommended it. And this was going for 17 quid at the time, just before Christmas again. So I was buying shit, and it was even, before it was even Christmas for myself. And that is the Chant limited edition. Now I've just completed this. Again, I got all the DLC for it. It's a survival horror game, and I think it's pretty obvious from the get-go that you're in a cult. Thoroughly enjoyed it actually. It's definitely, it's not the best survival horror game, but it's pretty damn good. And there's no zombies in it or things like that. It's it's strange really. Don't want to give too much away, but thoroughly enjoyed that one. That's definitely been well. I played a lot of it and completed it last night. Obviously that was on the Xbox Series X. Now, there's a few of these games, and I'll have to say it as I go along because they are all mixed up. But in November, I was having a little browse over Facebook Marketplace, and someone was selling some Mega Drive games. There was, well, let's put it this way, right? So I can't remember which order of these came in, but anyway, one of them was this one, Tailspin. Now that's probably my third. Which one did I go here? Yeah, my third copy I've got of that now. So going to be looking to offload that anyway. And that also came with fantastic Dizzy on the Mega Drive as well. So I was pleased to get that because I don't have that one. Now, in order to make this video make more sense, I've just got to chuck this in and then I'll tell you the story. There we go. The Flintstones. I didn't even know that game existed, okay? I had no idea that game existed. All 3 of those were up for 12 quid for all 3. So I, on a drunken stupor one Friday night, I messaged the person, said, are these still available? Yeah, they are. So I said, all right, I'll come back tomorrow and collect them. Didn't really look. I'd seen what other games that they had. One of them I fucking missed out on. Because again, it was 3 games for 12 quid. One of those games in that other selection was Elysia Dragoon on the Mega Drive. Not a cheap game to buy now. So obviously I missed out on that. Someone else had snapped that up pretty damn quick. Although myself and apparently this other gentleman that bought Elysia Dragoon did say to the lady, you know how much some of these games are worth. Now I know that this one, Flintstones, it's not cheap. It's about 50 quid. Something like that, a bit more. And this is in excellent condition. It's boxed. It's got the manual. It's obviously boxed because you can see it, but it's got the manual in there. I don't like opening up all my games and saying, look, it's all complete and everything. Look, if it's not, whether it's not 9.9 times out of 10, every game I have is complete. except for Pele, which you've seen tonight. But now that is complete because I've got the new book for it. Well, it's on its way anyway. So yeah, but you know, I've got more Mega Drive stuff in there which came along as well. I need to make sure that I've got the right ones. Let's have a look here. There we go. Oh bloody hell! Right, let's just step that up. So the other two Mega Drive games that I got, and this was another copy of this I got, which is Bubsy, Bobcat, and yeah, dude, Green Dog. I paid 12 quid for those two, so work that one out. Okay, I got 12 quid for the Flintstones, Dizzy, and Tailspin, and I paid 12 quid for Green Dog and Bubsy. I just, yeah. But there you go, you know? Strange. So, anyway, next up on the list, another CEX special in Great Nick. I had a quick go on it the other day. Again, so many games. I only ain't got that much time to play all of them, but at least I've turned it on. That is Turok. Turok Evolution there. I'm going to move some of these off of the floor. I think it's going to make it easier. Another CEX special. This one was from Cheltenham. Cheltenham CEX when I was up there doing a bit of Crimbo shopping. WrestleMania, what was that? XIX, is that? I can't fucking remember what that is now, but anyway, yeah, there you go. Didn't have that one, or used to have it when it came out in 2003, something like that. Then I picked up a nice copy. I had it digitally, and I have the Final Battle version digitally, but then decided that I wanted the physical disc, and I got this at a very good price. I only paid a £5 for it. And that is Attack on Titan 2 on the Xbox One. And we got another Mega Drive game. Now there's two of these. There's two games, and then they're in really shit condition, right? And I paid above the odds for the other game, which I'll show you in a minute. Because I had to cancel my trip to the Birmingham gaming market because, well, Christmas was coming up. Now you see me buying loads of rubbish shit, so it didn't really make much sense. But there's a guy in Evesham that sells a lot of old retro stuff. He keeps posting stuff. I haven't seen anything overly of anything good at the moment. But there was one game, so I bought two games, one of which is Risky Woods. It was covered in paint, like loads of splattered in paint. It hasn't got the manual with it, but I got him down, I think, to, I don't know, what was it, £8 or something like that for that. It was something like that. Which leads me on to this one. You'll see what I mean when I tell you I paid above the odds for this, and that is Ghostbusters on the Mega Drive. Now, as you can see at the top here, the inlay is knackered. It's got no booklet. It was splattered in paint. I gave him 40 quid. But I really wanted Ghostbusters. Like, I really wanted it. And, I don't really fucking care, to be honest with you. I would have paid at least 50, 60 quid for that at the Birmingham gaming market, if not more. It's unfortunate. I did try and get him down. I did try and use a bit of charm, saying, look, I'm a local person here too in Evesham, and any chance of a deal on that? Can you knock an extra tenner off of it? He wouldn't have it, but he did go down a bit on Risky Woods, so. Right. More GameCube stuff for the collection. That's WarioWare Inc. Mega Party games. I can't remember what I paid for it, but I didn't pay much. I know that much. The next one, the next game, I did pay what's generally the going rate for it, which was 40 quid. And that is Legend of Zelda The Wind Waker, the limited edition, including 2-game bonus disc, which I forget is, what was it now? Oh, Ocarina of Time. So yeah, I did pay a little, that one, spent a bit on that one. Right, before I get to the gift from a tuber, as James likes to put it, this one came in a selection of over 200 CDs, which was my Mrs.'s ex, right? Or is that the case? No, that wasn't that. That was something else. Well, it doesn't matter because it's fucking mine now. You know what I mean? Don't want it? It's mine. And I was quite surprised to see how much this goes for online. It's not stupidly expensive by any means, but it was worth more than I thought it was going to be. And that is Resident Evil, the PC CD-ROM version, right? That's I think it was like 15 to 30 quid. 30 quid? I don't know. It was quite, so I've been playing that. Funnily enough. I'm using my old Windows 98, no, Windows 2000 machine. So yeah, sorry, the gift from a tuber. Well, James, thank you very much for this. He knew that I was after this. And in his own admission, he said that he would love to have bought me the original, but it's too expensive. And don't worry about that, James. I'm going to get the original myself anyway. I'm going to bite the bullet and buy it. But in the meantime, he sold me, they've done quite a good job on this, on the disc and on the box. That is Golden Axe to Duel for the Sega Saturn. Now, the only problem I have with this, and it's not just me, is if you don't have a modded Sega Saturn, you aren't able to play these discs. So there is a way to do it, and that is to get an action replay cartridge and flash it with something which I forget what it's called now. With bollocks. Before I started this video, I remember what it was called. But basically, you're going to be sitting there now watching this video going, it's this. Yeah, I know that's what it is. I just can't remember what it is now. But I'm going to do it myself. I'm going to flash this. I'm going to buy a new action replay cartridge for my Saturn. I've already got one, but I don't want to fuck around with that one. Buy a new one, flash it, and then put this software on there so that I can then play this on my Sega Saturn, or because I've got two, the Mark 1 and the Mark 2. But thank you ever so much for that, James. That was really kind of you. Was not expecting it. My first ever gift from a tuber, as you would say. No one's ever sent me anything before. And I don't think anyone's ever going to, other than yourself and that, to be honest with you. It's quite crazy when I see all these guys going, oh, I got this from this YouTuber and this from this YouTuber. And this guy gave me all this. It's like, great. Wonderful. You know, stop tossing each other off, for fuck's sake. I'm joking, guys. I'm joking, all right? That's up to you. That's up to you. You're all in this kind of, you know, this big family thing. And I'm very much a lone wolf on things. And I do kind of prefer it that way. You know, but, you know, obviously, like some people like James, you know, get on with and share different things, and that's great. So anyway, moving on, and without me getting all teary-eyed and bleary-eyed, this one, I had to watch this on the video, right? And I bought it for fuck all, and it's in really good nick. And you're going to ask the question to me, why, Martin? Why did you fucking buy this? Why not? Because it looks fucking hilarious. That's Little Britain, the video game on PlayStation 2. I quite like the fact that there's a bit where you're in the swimming pool and you play as Andy Pipkin and you've got to go up on the diving board and then dive off, and whilst Andy's talking to the swimming pool attendant. So, yeah. Now, I don't think I mentioned this one in any other video before, but this was another one I picked up, and I've been enjoying this one quite a lot. I think it was about £4, and that is Scarface, Money, Power, Respect on a PlayStation Portable. Funny enough, when you start it off, it's like it's the start of it's not the start of the film, but it's the scene. I think it's the scene where the guy chainsaws his arm off or whatever in the hotel room. So as you can imagine, it's pretty gruesome. It's definitely an 18. Right, I had to get this. I've already got it on the Xbox One, and I'm fully aware that this came out on the Wii U first, but purely to experience it with the gamepad, and that is Zombie U on the Wii U. Still got some more, I'm afraid, yet. It's not quite done. Can't remember if this was from CEX or not, I don't know, but I wouldn't have paid much for it, and that is another Medal of Honor game, and that is Airborne, but I have been playing it recently. So there you go, Medal of Honor Airborne. Next one, had to get it, and I also bought the DLC for it as well, because I just wanted it and I haven't played it for so long, and that is Fear 2 Project Origin. Another Guitar Hero game. I believe this one was picked up this was picked up in a charity shop, I think. I don't know. There's been all sorts of things I've been up to. And that's Guitar Hero Warriors of Rock. Still after another Guitar Hero guitar if you know anyone, so let me know. Couple of Virtua Tennis games because they were so cheap, and I actually forgot how good tennis games were. So you got Virtua Tennis 3 on the Xbox 360 and Virtua Tennis 2009. Oh, Johnny Mac Gaming would love those. They were like 50p each. Another Xbox One game. Got this, I think, in November because it was on a deal. Should have waited for the Xbox Series X version to go down. Decided not to, but still got this for £12. That is Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. So if you like Borderlands, you'll like that. I'm not a big fan of Borderlands, even though I've got all the games. I just not a big fan of them. I think I've got a copy of it already, and I think I would have mentioned it in my previous videos of all my GameCube collection. But I just love the music soundtrack in this, so it's got to be mentioned again. And that is FIFA 2004 on the GameCube. Probably my favourite FIFA game of all time. In CEX in Cheltenham again, a couple of Super Nintendo games. Decided I wanted this one because I used to have it, or I used to play it back in, oh crikey, 1995, I think. And that's Super Bomberman 2. I absolutely love Super Bomberman 2. Whilst not the best example of Bomberman, it's not one of the worst either. And it's well worth picking up if you can because it's very good. It's very good. Next one, it just speaks for itself, doesn't it, really? And you'll be surprised to know that I didn't actually own a copy of this before. Again, CEX Cheltenham, I was like, I'm having that and all. That is Street Fighter 2 Turbo Additional Hyper Fighting. Yeah, Street Fighter 2 Turbo. There you go. Right, down to the last two now, you'll be pleased to hear, because this has been going on for some fucking time. I absolutely maxed this, 1000G'd it, completely fucking annihilated the game. Absolutely loved it. In my opinion, Sonic the Hedgehog is back. Not as good as he was back in the day, like in his heyday of like Sonic the Hedgehog 2 when that first came out. But still, I think they're heading in the right direction with Sonic now. And I got this at a fucking fantastic price, 15 quid. 4 days after it came out, and that is Sonic Frontiers. Highly recommended to pick this one if you can. I thoroughly enjoyed that. I really fucking did. That leaves me with my final game. After all of that, 2 months worth of shit that's been building up in my house. Unbelievable. Anyway, the last game, thoroughly enjoyed this one as well. Bit of a shame of that HD Atari console that came out. I'm giving it away by saying that. That's going to be discontinued effectively. But just pick it up anyway. You can get this on Switch, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, and Xbox Series X, and I believe, or Series X, Series S, and I believe PC. And that is Atari 50, the anniversary celebration. Oh, yes, I absolutely loved that. And just to let you know, there's a few unlockables in it as well, and they're quite difficult to figure out. There's a really good guy on YouTube, I forget his name now, that figured them all out in quite a quick time, but at that point nobody else had even tried. I mean, they just didn't know. But that's it for my pickups. For November and December of 2022, and some Christmas or Criggy prezzies there. There's nothing more to add to that, so I will look forward to speaking to you on the next one. When I finally figure out to start actually making content look a little bit better, I will do so. But I'm just happy just to mosey on along, you know. I don't really care, you know. It is what it is. I do this because I love it. And if I can help anyone, you know, with any questions, I always do my best to try and answer them. If I can't, there's always plenty of other people out there that can answer those questions for you, at least. Anyway, thanks for watching. Again, hope you all had a lovely Christmas and a happy New Year. And I'll speak to you on the next one.